everyone, welcome to another Anime Kingdom review. See my title below? Yes, this is on episode 10 of Boku no Hero Academia Season 3, and honestly, I've been waiting for this episode to finally come out, like, since last week when they showed the damn showing of All For One, coming out like a damn god, soundtrack on point, once again, soundtrack on point in this episode as well. But since that episode, since that part of the episode had happened and left us at that kind of cliffhanger with everyone just like, what's going to happen next? Literally intensity over the rooftop at this point, like into the sky, into space. That's how high the intensity had gone. And that didn't change when we went into this episode. I expected some really crazy battle between, All For One and All Might, pretty much having the battle of All For One versus One For All. I expected it to be super crazy and explosive. Even though it wasn't as crazy, it made sense obviously because, All Might couldn't go full 100% because Bakugo was in the area. He had to try and protect him as well. And obviously, All For One may not be at his fullest strength. He may still be weak. Even Shigaraki was like, you can't stay here. You have to leave as well with him. And he didn't want to leave. So it makes sense that they are both kind of weaker. Obviously, All Might is weaker as well because of the whole fact, even if Bakugo wasn't there, he is weaker. As we know, he's slowly weakening, and the very ending did show that even when he went full on, all power and everything, he ended up reaching his limit and kind of just half his face was changed back already. And that ending, I gotta say, that ending cliffhanger has got me so excited to see what's gonna happen in the next one. Not for like crazy intense fights, though I would love to see that, but because of the fact that it looks like we're going to get more information on his mentor, on All Might's mentor, the original, no, not the original, but the person before him who had One For All. His Shimura, I think was her name, and like I've always wanted to learn more about her because it seems like there obviously was some cool stuff going on between when she was the one and there was also All Might fighting against All For One. I don't know, I want to see more of that. Plus it would be pretty cool to see some crazy flashbacks since we are going into that kind of field already. Maybe we will see the original battle between All Might and All For One, because that would be crazy. I'm still kind of confused on how he was even able to beat All For One, considering his powers are just OP, plain and simple. He's able to combine people's powers that he's taken and like amplify it like tenfold and stuff like that. It's just like, that is cheat. How is someone even as strong as All Might able to take him down, So I really do want to see how it happened and everything, and that would be pretty crazy and explosive episode if that does happen. I'm not too sure if that's going to happen. I'm pretty sure we're going to get more info on his mentor, but the battle flashback kind of thing, that may or may not happen. But nonetheless, this episode, even though the whole fight part wasn't as crazy as I thought it was going to be, considering, like I said, they kind of had to tone it down and everything, still, level of intensity was still just skyrocketing up throughout the episode. You have All Might going up against, All For One, trying to protect Bakugo, as Bakugo is trying to just keep away from the rest of the League of Villains because they're trying to take him away. Izuku them are pretty much just nailed to the wall, with Izuku trying to figure out some way to save Bakugo, because if he doesn't save Bakugo, not only is it because he wants to save him, but because if he doesn't save him and doesn't get Bakugo out of there, All Might cannot go full power. He can't go his full strength because he's pretty much trying to save him while also fighting him. He can't go full all the way because then it can also hurt Bakugo and everyone else around. I mean, he doesn't know Izuku them are there, which would be another reason why he can't go full strength, but still, there's a lot of things that have to happen for him to be able to go all out, and that's the only way they are going to beat, of course, All For One, because, like I said, his power is pretty OP, considering he can combine them and use amplifiers and stuff like that, and he even had like a thing where his fingers, I don't know what the hell is going on there, but he could force activate people's powers even when they're unconscious. Like, that is so crazy OP. I don't even know what to say. Like, I keep seeing more stuff about him, and I keep thinking, how is this guy supposed to be defeated? Even All Might is awesome, okay? But he's just got super strength from what we've seen. So I don't know how he defeated him before. A person that can literally take a number of different powers, give them to different people, which would make other people stronger as well. But he can combine them and just pretty much, he can, if he wanted to, find the most strongest people their quirks in the world and just create literally use the strongest thing against someone and insta kill them, or create the strongest defense. He can get the strongest defense, the strongest offense. He can do whatever he wants, honestly, as long as he can find those people and take their quirks. I mean, one of the cool things to see in this episode was, I gotta say, the best hero of this episode for sure, Best Genius. I still cannot believe that he was able to not only stop all of them from the rest of the group over there from getting pretty much killed, because come on, we know how strong All For One is. So for him to be able to do that and then even have the guts to get up and try to attack him, of course it ended up with him with a hole in his stomach. I gotta say, good job, Best Genius. Even even All For One was giving him props, for goodness sake, saying like stuff like, he literally his experience and everything, and how it makes sense on why he's at this level that he is, of being the fourth strongest hero of them, in the world, kind of thing. And he didn't take his power, which was something that I thought was pretty interesting. I thought at first it was just because, I don't know, it's kind of a weird power. I don't see how that would help him. But it's cool to see that certain quirks obviously have a learning curve, and that's why he can't use the whole dimensional portal kind of thing as good as the other guy yet, because it's just it has a learning curve. And that's why he didn't take Best Genius's power, because Best Genius became where he is because of practice and practical experience, and that's how he got to that point, because of that, not because of just pretty much he was good from the start. He trained hard and hard and hard, and obviously that's not what All For One wants. He just wants the strongest kind of powers, and he wants it to instantly work like that. So that was pretty cool to learn. Like, we got to learn a lot more about All For One's powers, even through those kind of scenes. So that was pretty cool to see. But nonetheless, dude, Izuku coming up with a crazy ass plan, even with them pretty much, like I said, nailed to the wall. And I don't know, how do I feel about this? I guess a lot of people would like this shipping of Kirishima and Bakugo, because anyone else, Bakugo would have been like, no, I don't want to be saved by anyone, especially if it was Izuku. But Bakugo says, he just yells out to him when they shove through the wall and they do that whole thing, and Bakugo blasts through the air, grabs onto his hand, and kind of calls him an idiot and stuff, kind of, I gotta say, tsundere kind of way. And yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised Bakugo is a tsundere and you kind of ship them with Kirishima and everything, but it was pretty interesting to see that kind of development, because normally anyone else that would try to call for him, he would not want to do that because of his pride. But with Kirishima, that's a little different. So that was cool to see and everything. Gran Torino coming in as well, not only taking out, about to take out most of them, but he took a fist from All Might straight, practically. At first I thought All Might used the power he wasn't in fully control of his power. He's kind of like Izuku when he used his powers before, and his bones had broken, because when he punched Gran Torino and flew back, his arm was like all jelly kind of like. I was like, whoa, what the hell? But then it was fine, so I'm guessing maybe it was just like the heat of the moment. He pulled back at the last second, because he was going full strength. I'm pretty sure that would have just blown Gran Torino's head clear off and everything. Nonetheless, All Might is just super pissed right now at the very end of the episode, and just seeing him go straight up against All For One and just shove him to the ground, just literally whoop-boom, full strength into his face, and then of course find out that he's reached his limit. Unfortunately, should have known that was gonna happen, but still, that scene right there was just crazy levels of intensity, and the very ending had me just like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait for the next week's episode. And another person I have to say, Mount Lady. Who expected that to happen? Because I thought they were all unconscious, and then all of a sudden they try to use the magnetism guy to throw someone at Izuku, them trying to save Bakugo, and she just transforms super high and takes it straight to the face. Like, that is gotta hurt. I would have tried to block it with my hand or something, but I guess there was no time, and she was kind of already weak, so she instead just goes super big and just takes it straight to the face and everything. I was just like, oh man, that's gotta hurt and everything. Good job, Mount Lady, and everything, because from her personality, what we've seen before, I would never have expected that, honestly. But yeah, nonetheless, Pretty awesome episode. Got a lot of development as well with All For One, not just with his powers, but it was interesting to see. Like, I was wondering and everything before why it seems so invested in Shigaraki and everything, and it seems to the point where he's willing to sacrifice himself, because it seemed like he knew that he was not going to be able to get out from All For One, for All Might and everything, even though All Might's power is obviously weakened, and now he could probably tell and everything. But he was willing to sacrifice himself for Shigaraki to grow more and more into a villain, and it was just cool to see that from, you know, normally that's the kind of side you see from a hero, but to see that from a villain side, I don't know, it was nice to see a different type of villain, not just the kind of villain who just wants to beat everyone, but he has a goal to try and make Shigaraki like the best villain he can beat. Why? And, you know, why is he willing to sacrifice himself and all that kind of stuff? I'm not too sure. I'm still kind of thinking that he's growing Shigaraki to get stronger, that he just takes his powers, something crazy like that. I honestly, I do not know, but I cannot wait to see how next week's episode will go and how everything will be after that as well. And yeah, that's all I gotta say, guys. So please enjoyed this Anime Kingdom review. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If there's anything missing you want to talk about, comment below as well. And if you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe for more content. As always, guys, I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Anime watchers only, how do you feel about this episode? Did you like it like me? Intensity over the top for you? Good, bad, whatever you guys want to talk about, feel free to comment below. And as always, source material readers, how did you feel about this episode? Did you like it? Did you not? Did it stay true to the manga and everything? Feel free to comment below. Obviously, if you do want to put spoilers, do the whole skip 4 lines thing. So if someone clicks it, that's their choice. I don't want to be spoiled. I'm pretty sure most people don't want to be spoiled, so please don't, you know, just throw out spoilers out in the comments unless you do that. But yeah, that's all I gotta say, guys. I cannot wait for next week's episode. So until next time, guys, see ya.